core of the university, it's based on Christian principles. It's top notch.
As lecturers doesn't have time to study. Schools going on everlasting strike. Food without chili is not food. Even stew is water.
Pepper.
It's not chili, it's pepper.
Do not
You
cheat us.
apologize.
It's pepper. Pepper is life.
Huh?
Can I foster me? Can I foster?
Can I foster?
And Shigoni.
Hey, what's up, good people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time that you've clicked this video and you're watching it. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, karibu sana to the family. There's a lot of interesting stuff on this channel. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting on my previous videos, and also don't forget to like this one that you are watching right now. For my returning subscribers, I love you. And I hope you're seeing this serene environment I'm in. I'm in AIU. AIU is Africa International University. I hope you watched my previous video about Daystar. So now I'm in AIU. AIU is in Karen. And I have two gentlemen seated beside me. They'll introduce themselves and I'll start with the right.
Hi guys, my name is Reginald Gall. I'm from Liberia. I'm a student at AIU, as you can see. As she said, is in Karen. It's a Christian institution, and I won't say much. I'll allow my friend to introduce himself as we continue.
Okay, hi guys. So my name is Akintomiwa Oduwaye Christopher. You might need to take a pause before you pronounce that name. Yeah, I'm a student here at Africa International University, final year student, taking community development.
Finally, utatwita. Do you understand a bit of Swahili?
Just a little bit though you have to, kind of do a mix up and,
Okay, when you graduate, there's a tendency of when we graduate in Kenya, people make, it's worldwide, it's not just in Kenya. People have these parties. Will you be holding one?
We can just get to talk about that after the,
Okay.
So that we can get to sell ourselves out there.
So you mentioned about AIU being a Christian university.
Yeah.
So can you please elaborate on that so that viewers understand?
Okay, for the sake of time, I won't go in depth.
So you mentioned about AIU being a Christian university.
Yep.
Can you elaborate more about that? Kidogo. Kidogo means a little.
Okay. I know what Kidogo is.
You know
Those are the few
Kidogo.
Swahili you learn when you get to Kenya. Kidogo, Sasa, and the rest. But I won't go in depth in telling you the history of AIU, but I'll just tell you a brief overview of what it is. AIU, Africa International University, used to be next. Back, it was established in 1983 by a group of evangelicals, and it was next, which means Nairobi Evangelical Graduate School of Theology. And it was the first school to start offering postgraduate studies in theology.
Oh wow.
And that's how it began. Yeah. And over the years, they have trained a lot of pastors in churches like CITAM and so forth. And they've really done well across Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, and so forth. And up to 2011, it got its chartered and became a full-fledged university offering other disciplines. So basically, the core of the university, it's based on Christian principles. So here we have activities like chapel services that runs every week, 4 days a week. We have a grace group where we study the Bible together in small groups and grow in fellowships, as well as worship experiences and other Christian entities. As you can see just on the left here is the chapel where we meet every day. And there's the Christian bookstores on the other side where you can get Christian bookstores. And the library just behind us has a huge volume of Christian content that you can find. So when you say AIU is a Christian institution, it's not just because Christianity is attached to it, but because they're actually trained pastors and church workers. Yeah.
Oh wow, I've even heard of all those activities. You meet every day in the chapel to pray.
Yes, we meet for chapel services on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday. CU services. It's a service led by students, and so the students lead other students in worship and music, and we get lecturers and other guests come to speak to us on topics not just Christianity, but topics that affect young people in terms of relationships, in terms of the outside world, and so on and so forth. So yeah.
Wow, what I got from all that. If you're interested to be a pastor, well, we're not saying that's the only thing offered here, but that's the major, you could say.
Yeah, that's the foundation.
The foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation of AIU. But there are other courses offered. There are IT, there's education, there's counseling and psychology, there's development studies, there is business and administration, governance and leadership, and so for entrepreneurship and so forth. And they start from diploma up to a PhD.
Oh.
And also, some will think I'm a pastor because I'm wearing a suit and talking about. I'm not a pastor. But I'm into IT. Yeah, I'm also an IT student.
Okay, so he has really talked a lot about
Yes,
AIU being
literally everything.
So you'll have to tell us something else since he's really covered that. Or do you have anything to add on that?
Well, I don't think I have much to say again because literally, yes, mentioned everything about AIU.
Oh,
You
so-
know, it's been a Christian university, being known for actually mostly Christian studies, and yeah, it's more of a Christian school. Everything around AIU is, you see God everywhere, you see Christianity everywhere. So yeah, that's basically about AIU.
So what can you tell us about the culture and lifestyle of students in general?
Wow. You see, that one I will actually put it in two parts. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Now it's no longer a theological school alone.
Yeah.
It's now a university as well. So, well, looking at the culture of the student and the lifestyle in AIU, we are all under a banner which is Christianity. So meaning, even if you're here for development for IT, you still have to show that Christianity vibes in you. Allow me to use that. There are things that you have to kind of watch what you do around here. Maybe the type of dresses you put on, your dress code, your appearance actually in general. We don't have school uniform, by the way, but they kind of give some restrictions, a little bit of restrictions. Like, for example, ladies are not allowed to put on, let me say, shorts, that exposes your body. Guys are not allowed to have haircuts that are, shaggy, and yeah, it's not as if they watch you every day.
That's
but
what I wanted to ask. Is there somebody who
no,
watches
no, no,
how
no,
you
no, no,
dress?
no, no, not really, not really. But like I said, it's a Christian university.
Yeah.
And once you're actually getting into the system, they make you understand that you're not here to do things on your own. There is a certain way we do things here. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is what actually guides your whole lifestyle as a student here in school. So basically, they give a little bit of restrictions. I have seen other schools, student can be free, put on whatever you like, dress anyhow. But here, you might not even want to be interested in doing that, because once you see people around you, you see what they're putting on, you be like, well, okay, I think I'm the only odd one out here. So at times you don't even need to be told what to do before you.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very friendly environment. It's a very cool environment. The lecturers, the staff, they make life easy for us once you are abiding by the rules and the regulations of the school.
So you guys being international students, how you're from Nigeria, you're from Liberia, how did you know about AIU? Let's start. We've been starting with here all the time, so let's start with you.
Well, okay. I heard about AIU back in 2016, 2017. Yeah, I have about two brothers here. They came together. We came together from the same place, So, but they came here in 2013, 2014, So it was through the conversation I have had with one of them. It was the one who introduced this school to me. Not actually directly to me, but to my people back home. Who now then told me about AIU and if I would be interested in studying here at AIU. Yeah, so that was how I got to know about the school. I never knew much about the school actually, even until I got here. I didn't initially. I wasn't sure where I was coming.
Did you want to study in Kenya?
No, actually, no, because I actually got admission in Nigeria before coming here, and I could remember I had a meeting with my family, deciding on where to go, and So that was when the idea of coming to Kenya to study came in, and I was like, "What? Are you people chasing me away from the family? Maybe you don't want to see me again or something." So that was how I got to know about this school, and coming here to find the people I know back from home. Yeah, that's literally how I got to know about the school.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I was planning to come to school in Kenya, actually at University of Nairobi. Yeah,
okay.
I'd started my application process. Then I had a friend who was schooling here. As I mentioned earlier, that AIU have trained people across countries.
Yeah.
So there was a guy who was training here from Liberia, and so when I asked him to check on my admission process at UN, and he said, "Why are you stressing about UN? It's a good school, yeah, it's one of the top schools, but also our school offers IT, and you want to do IT, and so you can come to my school, and then since I'm here, we can at least get to reunite, and since at least you'll be here and I'm here alone." So I gave it a thought, and he told me, "Okay, since you like music and church music, AIU offers a platform for you also to grow, and to get involved." So I was like, "Okay, if that is the case, then just go ahead and do the application for me." So I sent him my documents, he did the application, and well, I got admitted in 2015, but then I stayed and came in 2017 and started my first program, finished it, graduated, and now I'm completing the second program. So yeah, that's how I got to know about AIU.
How do you like it here? It's like you really like it. You finished the first and you're in the second.
He's a guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the environment. Number one, it's quiet, it's peaceful, and I like quiet. I like quiet. It's serene, and I like the staff as well. Might be a big university in terms of infrastructure and everything, but in terms of the quality of education, it's top notch. I mean, this is a place where you get to have a one-on-one conversation with your lecturers and staff at any point in time. I mean, sometimes they even beg you to tell them if there's an issue wrong.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh,
These are people. Yeah, when you write a paper and submit, feedback comes within a day or two. The longest it takes is maybe a week.
Okay.
I mean, that's the kind of student-teacher relationships we have. It's a place where if you have an issue, there are people you can talk to. I mean, aside from day-to-day life, if you stressed out, depressed, there's a free counseling session around.
Yeah, I saw. I
Yeah.
think I saw somewhere written counseling
Yeah.
where I
We
was
have a
coming
counseling
in.
department.
Yeah.
And there are so many details attached to what the staff give to students. So and it feels like a community. I mean, you're here, you have people from
Feels like home.
over 42 countries across Africa. Yeah, so you get to network, you get to meet new people, you get to experience new cultures, and so it's just a vibrant community. And I mean, you get here at first and you think, okay, let me just finish and go. And down the line, you'll be like, oh, okay, let me just add one more degree, add one more.
Before you know it, you're a doctor.
Yeah,
So, meeting different people, different cultures. What's the difference between Kenyan universities and Liberian universities?
wow.
Yes, we're starting with this side.
It's okay. It's alright. It's allowed.
I'm on the right hand. As a
Yeah.
Christian, the right hand.
Yeah.
Jesus is on the right hand of the Father. Yeah? But anyway, Liberian universities and Kenyan universities. I mean, universities around are basically the same. I don't know. Yeah, but in terms of okay, let me start with the credit hour and how the instructions are carried about. And in Liberia, we do 1 hour per session. For instance, if you're doing a three credit hour course, you can do 1 hour on Monday, another hour on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and another hour on Friday. So you stretch the three credit hours across 3 days. Or you can do Tuesday and Thursday, you do 1.5, 1.5. So that's another. But here in Kenya, you do straight 3 hours in a day. So if you have a class at 7, it's 7, 8, 9. And then you're out. And wow, okay. Though it's kind of, I know at first I was like, wow, who sits in a class for 3 hours straight?
Especially 7 a.m. classes.
7 a.m. classes. I mean, but yeah, in Liberia, it's kind of different. And that's the difference there. Number two, I would say the mode of instruction, e-distance, like the e-learning platforms, the uses of Microsoft Teams over the COVID period. I think in Liberia, most people prefer Zoom, to Microsoft Teams. And then the Odell, some schools use them, some schools don't. But I realized that in Kenya, most schools use e-learning platforms, which makes it a bit easier for people to go about their schooling activities. I think basically the rest is the same, because in public universities there are a lot of noise in Liberia when it comes to election period, especially for the universities. There are groups of political parties that make the student life vibrant. In Kenya, I haven't really seen any, maybe because I'm not in a public university. But another thing is on the private side, especially in Christian universities, the CU is very strong, the Christian Union. In Liberia, the Christian Union is there, but not as vibrant as I've seen it here. Where they have a structure and you see people actually working in that structure. You don't get to see that as often as possible in Liberia. So those are the few differences, but the rest, I think they're basically the same.
Differences is Nigeria. Nigerian universities and Kenyan universities. Of course, you have friends. Did you go to? You said you got admission.
Yes. But I never studied in Nigerian universities. But I think I have a little bit of idea, about Nigerian universities. So, number one, I'll start with the structure of the school, the system of the school. Let me not say structure, but looking at where I come from, it's a very, very big country. So literally no one has each other's time. And when I say that, it means even lecturers doesn't have time for students. These are situations whereby if you like, come to class. If you like, don't come to class.
If you like, you can even drop out.
Nobody
will
know.
Yeah.
It's a very, very massive class. A class of about 400, 500 students being taught by just one lecturer. And you expect the lecturer to know that you're not in class. No. But looking at AIU here, actually, I've seen lecturers follow up with students, on a personal level, like, why are you not in class? Is everything okay with you? But back home, man, if you're not in class, you're just on your own. Like, if you like, come to class. If you like, don't come to class. And then another thing that is, making a little bit of difference is that back home in Nigeria, there are a lot of strikes. Schools going on everlasting strike. Allow me to use that word.
You're saying everlasting
because
strike?
Actually, let me give you a very good example.
How long is everlasting?
Everlasting means
6-7 months.
Almost a year, actually. Because
almost a year.
Yes. They started. January this year. ASU started strike in Nigeria. Hoping that maybe in 2-3 months.
What's
ASU stands for Academic Staff Union of University. ASUU. Yeah. So literally, they are the ones who decide the fates of Nigerian students. Let me say it that way. So they started a strike earlier this year. That was in January, and waiting to meet or come to an agreement with the federal government, because it looks like they are not being paid. I mean, the lecturers are not being paid. So they decided to go on a strike. Just to serve as a threat to the government. But because our government doesn't also care, it kept on being prolonged, and I can even tell you till now, they haven't even come to an agreement. And students are just at home doing nothing. Some of them are married already, because and it's not their fault.
They're making families.
People are growing, people are growing old. Imagine spending 7 years for a 4 years course. That's so crazy. But that's something you're not going to see here. Imagine at some point I was like, okay, when I come here, when we go for strikes for about 2 months, I'll relax for those 2 months. And when I got here, it was just
shock on you.
Chop classes, So that already gave this country, or this school particularly, a very big heads up, ahead of Nigeria. And that's why most Nigerians actually go outside the country to study. Yeah. We have brilliant lecturers, by the way, and we have brilliant people who can handle students. But because of the fact that if you don't go to a private university in Nigeria, then I don't see you finishing in the normal time. The guys we entered, we got admitted at the same time in 2018, 2019, I'm finishing now. They're still in 300 level. Some are just finishing 200 level,
200 is like our third year.
Yeah, your third year, sorry, yeah. Some have not even written final year exam for 200 level. I mean, the second year, So that's crazy enough for you to run out of a country, So that has actually made this place super and awesome. You come here, once you're serious, you're focused, you finish in no time. No one is going to disturb you. So what else is Then another thing again is looking at the population of students in classes in Nigeria and the population of students here in AIU, you know, it's different. You know, here if you're sleeping, a lecturer will know you're sleeping. Yeah, because we are not that, you know, they're not
Do
that
they know you by
populated.
your names?
Yes, actually.
Of course.
Most
Wow.
lecturers do know you by your name. You know, at times you might just walk around and you hear someone call your name. You just look behind and you say, "Oh, it's Professor." You know, you be like, "Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon." You know. But in Nigeria, I mean, the lecturer has his family to sort out now. Attending to over 500, 400 students, you know, in class, they don't have your time. You know, they don't even know if you're not in class. You know, so that makes this place also a very, very good place. You know, and then the environment is serene, no unnecessary noise. Student union government alone in Nigeria or council in Nigeria can actually cause a whole nation to go on a strike. You know, but that's not here. You know, I've seen students being, you know, they are cautioned. They are like the I don't know how to explain it, but universities here and particularly AIU is actually amazing, very, very amazing. Now another thing I would love to mention is the student union, the student Christian union. Sorry, you know, back home I think they are much more, you know, vibrant than I have seen here in Kenya. Because these are people who go on crusades often. I mean, even in school.
in Nigeria?
Yes. I mean, the Christian Union in Nigeria are so amazing. Like, it's literally like a whole church service. You know, when you go for Christian Union services, you won't even be able to differentiate. You know, they call invited guests from outside, you know, big pastors just to come and treat and deal with students, you know. But, well, they're also making sense here in Kenya, but I think the spirituality is a little bit, it's on a different level, you know, looking at where I'm coming from and this place. But nevertheless, this is a very, very good place, and I think I'm actually okay. So far, so good. It's, you know, yeah.
So we've really talked much about schools. Would you talk about now that you're in a foreign country? What shocked you when you got to Kenya?
Wow. Am I starting or are you starting? As usual.
Let's start with you now.
Fine. Well,
What shocked you when you go to Kenya?
Man.
Like, this happens in the world.
okay. I think the number one thing is corruption.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was so shocked when I got here. You know, I came
Wait.
here.
There's
Okay. I'm
no
waiting.
corruption in Nigeria?
No, there is. But I was expecting this place to be better.
Okay.
You know,
La
I
Coco
forgot
Lazwa.
this is also Africa.
Oh.
So, you know, coming here, I was like, man, this is heaven. I should, you know. But when I got here, I was so much disappointed. Actually, from the airport. You know, I'm sorry to say this, but
You didn't even get far. It was at the
it was
airport.
at the port of entry. You know, it was crazy. Like, I
Welcome
was
to
coming from
Kenya,
Nigeria.
man.
I got, what is it called? A yellow card, a yellow fever card. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I actually had to pay for it at the airport. And I got here. My journey was actually hectic the first time coming. So I got here. I was to tender my, you know, passport and the yellow. Then this lady was like, I don't know if she's a woman or a lady. She was like, well, unfortunately, this is a fake yellow fever card. I was like, man, you mean I flew with a fake document? How is that possible? You know, she was actually, now she gave me two options. She said, I know you have a return ticket, so meaning you're going with the next available flight back to your country. I was like, no, this is now crazy. Only other option I had was to pay for another one, and I got vaccinated. So I was like, okay, if that's the point, no problem. How much am I paying? She said $30. I said, for yellow fever, I'm paying $30. Okay, fine. I brought out the money. I gave her $30. Now, she was writing a receipt for me. And then on the receipt, she wrote $20. I think $20 or $25. And I was like,
So the other was like,
I'm trying to...
That was
you know,
writing fee.
Yeah, I
writing
could not
fee.
even imagine. I was like, excuse me, you mean this happens here? But, you know, due to the pressure I had, you know,
Yeah.
traveling from that long distance, I could not even follow up. You know, I was just like, okay, $25, and I gave you $30. Where's the remaining $5? So I was like, okay, just you know, just
You've
deal
been told
with
that was writing fee.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
I was like, okay, you know, so that aside, you know,
But let's get this straight. Was your card okay?
I don't know if the card was okay
was
because they have
fake.
said it's not okay. No. That's none of my business, by the way. It was accepted from the airport in Nigeria, so it means it has a level of, you know, originality or something. But getting here, they said it was fake, and I have to collect another one. And if I don't, I'm going back to my country. And you know, I don't want to go back to that country anytime soon. Anyway, so I'm sorry for that. So I was like, okay, fine. I left the airport that day, got to school. And while on my way to school, it was later at night. It was very, very late at night, so it was dark. And I just saw on the side untied roads. I was like, excuse me? You mean there are also muddy places here in Kenya? How now? What is going on? Like, okay. Now, I was just like, okay, but...
You thought Kenya is Europe?
Man, I thought Kenya was, I had so much expectations about this country. I was hoping to see, but, it's a little bit of, advanced infrastructure compared to Nigeria, where I'm coming from. But another thing that shocked me a lot is, the culture here. I can say the first month, my first month here in Kenya was crazy. Because here in Kenya, you could even see someone who is as old as your father and, go have an handshake with him. They don't see it as anything. But where I come from, you have to prostrate and
handshake or even this.
You don't do this in Nigeria. In fact, I never knew how to, have a proper handshake because you only do that with your mates. So I was like, okay, getting to class in the morning, I prostrate right in front of the whole class for the lecturer, and people be like, excuse me, what is going on here? Even the lecturer at times, will be shocked. But then, until I had to explain to them, guys, I'm sorry, where I come from, this is how things are done. Not, I don't shake hands with elders, where I come from. You could even see someone, an elder pass by them without, greeting.
Saying hi.
Without saying hi.
Everybody minds their business.
No, you don't do that where I come from. If you do that, they will deal with you. You go back home, report to your parents. Even your parents will deal with you for, disgracing the family out there. That is how it is. So trying to manage those things, it was very, very crazy for me, to stop greeting people in public, prostrating was, a whole of, big issue. But I think I have, I've adapted with the system. Now, one last thing that shocked me most is the food. Yeah, that one literally dealt with me. Kenyans don't take chili. And number one thing that, we take back in West Africa
is chili.
Is chili. Food without chili is not food. I am sorry to say. But coming here, realizing that, everything, literally everything, even stew is water. And you be like,
Why did you say it's water?
The first time going to a canteen, I was waiting for stew, they said rice and stew, beef stew actually. So I was waiting to see that, reddish stuff and, beef inside it. And I was served rice with a bowl of water with some, meat inside. I was like, excuse me, where is the stew? This is the stew. I said, you mean water is the stew? How is that possible? Like, the food was very, very crazy for me. In fact, it was really, really crazy. I had to, survive on Nigerian food, the ones I brought from home for a while, as I got used to,
Have you adapted now?
Yeah, right now I think I'm more of a Kenyan when it comes to food. But it doesn't mean when I get to where Nigerian food is, West African food, it doesn't mean I shouldn't eat or something. But, when you get to Rome,
do what Romans do.
Yeah.
So where you were really shocked.
I mean, it was a lot on me. It was crazy on me.
So what shocked you when you go to Kenya?
I think Chris has mentioned most of it.
But no, you're from different countries.
Yeah. In terms of the culture in West Africa, it's
we are
basically
from West
Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, in terms of respect for people, in terms of how you greet your elders.
You also prostrate.
Yeah, but not as compared to
serious as
Nigerians. For us, because it's an open society. For us, we weren't colonized. We weren't very traditionally bred in Liberia. It's a country where the free slaves were returned to. So a bit of American culture is mixed with it. The African culture. So you have a few different things, but in terms of respect and discipline, it's basically the same. If you were out and you misbehave, a neighbor will whip you and send you home, and then your parents will
whip you.
Yeah, so basically the same. But getting to Kenya, the first thing that shocked me was the weather. Actually, it was extremely cold. We are from a tropical area where we have rain and a lot of sunshine, so you don't really experience cold. So I get there around 4 a.m. and the cold hits me. I drink 2 cups of espresso in split seconds and I'm still shivering. But it's natural phenomenon. My first shock when I entered Kenya was the language barrier. When you Google, it tells you English is the first language and Kiswahili. So you expect people to speak English to you when you go to the supermarket or you go to the market or to a shop to get something.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I get here, I take a shower and then I go to Carrefour with my friend, and then we get there. I go to buy some beddings and stuff, and I get to the counter and the guy just begins with Kiswahili. And I'm shocked. I'm standing. It's a supermarket. It's Carrefour. I think it's a French company or something. This guy is speaking Kiswahili to me. So I waited. He gets through, and then I spoke my Kolokwa, my local language from Liberia. And then he asked me, "Excuse me, what are you saying?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm speaking my local language since you are speaking yours." So he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you're not a Kenyan." So I'm like, okay. That was the first thing that shocked me. Language barrier. Someone just see you out of the blue and just
Start speaking
starts a conversation.
Swahili.
Yeah. What's
It
wrong?
happens till now.
Yeah. People still do it
actually.
now.
Yes.
It's a normal
it
thing
does.
for Kenyans, and yet they say English is their first language. So I'm yet to understand how that first language thing it's been understood in Kenya. Number 2 was greeting. You know, in West Africa, if I meet my friend, we'll greet like, "Hey, bro, how are you? How's the day going?" You know. Hey, in Kenya, just hi. Like you say hi, there's no hi.
Just on what? You're gone.
So I'm like, okay, these people don't care about foreigners, or maybe it's just how they greet people. Until I came to realize
that is
that
how everybody
okay,
greets
everyone
everybody.
is it's on their own. It's
Yeah.
like a traffic. You hung and then you go. You hung and you. So I was shocked. I was like, okay, if that is the case, then we adopt. So we got to the stage where hi, and someone was like, how you just say hi and pass by me? I'm like, that's what we met, and that's what we continue to do. Another thing was the music structure. I love music a lot, you know, and I grew up singing classical music, anthems and stuff, opera. So I get here, and then everywhere I've been, it's basically contemporary music. Everyone is jumping and dancing, you know, and then a lot of noise. And so I get to church, and hymns are sung in contemporary ways, and you know they talk about Christmas cantata, and people are still dancing and shaking a Christmas cantata. And I'm like, what? What is wrong with these people? How can you take a hymn that has 4 parts and then you just do it anywhere, and people are playing and dancing in a hymn, you know, for Christmas? Then I realized that okay, most of the colonial masters didn't really invest in the classical music structure on this side. So I can realize okay, everywhere has their own issue. Lastly, I'll mention the food. Oh my God.
And that's serious.
Oh,
That was a disaster.
okay. Food is here. Okay, not like compared to West Africa, but there are things here. Like in Liberia, we don't grow cattle, so we basically have to bring them from Mali to Liberia. So to find red meat in terms of cow meat, it's a bit high. We
In
normally
Liberia?
we eat a lot of seafood, fish, and what have you. So meat is eaten basically on holidays, birthdays. We make barbecues, we roast them on skewers. But here you can get a whole kg of beef for a fair amount, which is okay. But then you find my friends would throw the thing in the sufuria and water, just with salt, for 3 minutes.
You're done.
They're done, and the food is ready. Like who does that? Whereas on my side, when we're about to cook, you get the fish, you pre-boil or you fry it. You get the meat, you pre-boil it, make sure it's soft enough with seasoning and everything. You do that for the chicken, and then when you're done, then you cook the stew, and then you finally do
So the stew will have fish,
chicken,
and
dry meat, bush meat, whatever it is, in the same stew. And then, but they are all taken care of individually and then combined in the end. And then you get here and someone just throw the thing in the tomato and onion, and
it's done.
it's done. And so, yeah, I'm like, it's a shock for me. And then he mentioned chili. Let me call the real name pepper. Or pepper.
Pepper.
I'm sorry, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my fellow
It's
West Africans.
pepper.
It's not chili, it's pepper.
Do not
You
cheat us.
apologize.
It's pepper. Pepper is life. Pepper brings the food to life. I mean, a food without pepper, it's gone.
So guys, it's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we all did. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
as we are wrapping up, you can just pick one word in your mother tongue.
Okay, the next time I'm cooking and I want you guys to eat, I'll just invite say, Kale Foster.
Huh?
That's why Kale Foster me. Come, let's eat.
Come, let's eat.
Yeah.
Kale
Kale Foster.
Kale Foster.
Well, mine is just to say hi to, just a few people who understand my language out there, Ekwajometa or Shedadalewa and, Eshegoni. Thank you. Yeah, that means thank you, and it's been a while. How are you all doing? I hope you all are fine. Yeah, that's what I've just said.
Okay, so comment below if you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and share. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.